Hey you guys, are you ready for day 5? It's day 5. So, we've went over a few exercises this week. I hope it started to get you to think about really, why is it that you got to where you are? What was it in your life that all of a sudden you didn't, the switch flipped. I think it's something we all deal with. I think it's something, we grow up when we're young and we're invincible and we don't care what people think. And then all of a sudden we get to a certain point in life that changes. So I want you to kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Today's challenge is all about forgiveness and forgiving yourself. It's really hard to love yourself if you are angry about certain things that happened in the past, or if you can't let go of the past, of things that maybe were traumatizing, or maybe that, shaped your future a little bit. But the thing is it was in the past. It's not today, it's not present, and it's not your future. So the only way to do that is to let go of it, say the past is the past, and forgive yourself. This whole challenge is not about, getting to a certain point so that others will think that you look good, or it's not about what other people think of you. It's about how you feel about you, and it's how you feel when you look in the mirror, and what you think about when you look in the mirror. What other people think of you is what other people think of you. That's their opinion. It has nothing to do with you. So I want you guys to remember that. You're perfect the way you are right now in your journey, no matter what. You are you, and that is a great, beautiful thing. It's a gift that we're given every single day to wake up and to be able to be ourselves. And if you can't wake up and feel like you can be you, that's where the self-reflection comes in. My whole goal as a coach and as somebody who helps people with their weight loss is to really not just so much make you lose weight, but to really find that authentic, true you inside of you, that you can live free to be who you are, and to just be authentic and wholeheartedly you. I feel like so many people hide behind what society thinks they should be. And they have to have, a perfect family and a perfect life and a perfect body, and raise perfect kids and have a perfect house that's never messy, have their makeup done and their hair done. And there's so many expectations that are set on us that it's hard to really sit down and say, you know what, I don't care about those things. I'm happy just being me. And that's ultimately my goal, is to be able to get you guys to a place that you feel comfortable and confident in yourself, no matter where you're at in your journey, to be able to feel comfortable with who you are. It's not to say that you don't continue to learn and grow and progress. I learn every single day, and it's a journey that will continue the rest of my life. The moment you stop doing that is when you get in your comfort zone and you go right back to where you were. So just remember that. So the only way you can really successfully release yourself from pain and suffering from the past, trauma, whatever it is that you've been holding on to deep inside, is really to forgive. To forgive maybe somebody who hurt you and just let it go. Forgive yourself and just move on from it, and say, today I am going to be better, and I'm not going to let it shape my future anymore. And I'm going to leave it in the past, and I'm going to live on my life the way I want to live it. So in order to do that, you have to identify those things that you dislike about yourself, that maybe you need to forgive yourself for. And you also have to realize that maybe those things aren't really good and they aren't bad. They just are. They're just there. So just think in your mind, like, okay, this is here. This is how I've felt, but it doesn't mean anything anymore. Does that make sense? I know it's a little confusing. So we've talked a little bit this week about, on day 1, we had you write down a list of all the things you disliked about yourself. And I'm sure that list got pretty long. And, you know, today or yesterday we did lists of just 10 things. 10 things. You know, I guess it ended up being 20 things you like about yourself. And I guarantee every one of you who participated in that had a really, really hard time figuring that out. Well, that's what we want to change. We want to be able to, you know, whether or not you're at your body perfect goal, you can still love how you are. I love that I'm a thicker girl. I do. I love that I have, you know, my husband loves it, and it makes me feel confident that he is confident in my body as well. And I've embraced it, and it's something, I'll never be a stick skinny person, and I'm okay with that. I am who I am. I like my big butt, I like my big thighs, and I just embrace it, okay? So, you know, embrace your flaws, embrace things that aren't socially acceptable or what society thinks should be the norm. Those things aren't normal. I hope you realize that. They're not normal. What you guys have is normal, and everybody should be able to just be who they are and not worry about being perfect all the time. So after you've written down those things, I want you to go through every single item and say, I forgive myself for feeling that way. I forgive myself and I'm letting it go. And by giving your brain permission to let it go, it's like, have you guys ever had to like go repent or like confess your sins? You know that weight lifted off your shoulder that, you know, whenever you had to tell somebody something that maybe like you've held on for so long, and then when you finally release it, as hard as it is, it's like you can breathe again, and that brick feeling that's laying on your chest and all that weight that's holding, that negativity that's holding you down is released, and you feel like a new person. Okay, that's what I want to happen today. I want you guys to go through that list and forgive yourself for feeling that way. Forgive yourself for the negativity that you've brought into your brain and into your body, and give yourself permission to let it go and move on and say, today's a new day and I freaking love who I am. I'm a good person. I have a body that works for me. I got up and I exercised. I fuel my body with good foods today. Whatever it is you have to tell yourself, eventually those things start to come about naturally and you don't even have to think about it, okay? So that's your assignment for today, is forgive yourself for the things that you think negatively about yourself. Think about why you got to that point. And you guys, this is just a way, I'm not trying to like dig up the past or anything. But it is important to realize that those things do shape how we move forward and how we think about ourselves and we think about our lives. It also shapes how you raise your children and what you're teaching them. It really does affect you, and it affects you physically and emotionally and spiritually. And so if you can let go, forgive yourself, and just move on, and then from this day forward, it's a clean slate. You guys, you get a clean slate every single day. Don't keep writing the same chapter in your book. Don't keep writing, the same mundane crap that you don't like. Don't make your book boring. Make your book what you want it to be. That is your life. Your book of life, you're the narrator of your story, and you can change it at the blink of an eye, and it takes one decision to do it. So make that decision to go all in and say, you know what? I'm worth it. I love who I am today, no matter what. And I guarantee when you start to think that way, that's when results happen. That's when, the joy and the happiness and the positivity of living healthy and changing your habits comes into fruition. So I hope that helps. And I hope it gets you thinking a little bit about your mindset and how you can start to switch that. So we'll see you tomorrow.